everyone. My name is Guðrún Björk Guðsnesdóttir, and I teach literature, American and British literature, North American, in the English department. And now we learn a bit about the MA in Applied Inter-American Studies and the MA in Inter-American Studies. Two programs that we offer through English, Spanish, and French studies. We collaborate at graduate level on these programs and offer courses in English, Spanish, and French on language, literature, film, culture, history, and identity in North, Central, and South America. These programs accommodate the study of the American continent and its history in a broad interdisciplinary cross-cultural context, or allow focus on a specific linguistic and cultural area and ethnicity. So students who enter these programs can decide to what extent they mix or focus on specific areas, Northern, Mid, or Central or South America. And in fact, we refer to the Americas because there are so many of them in that continent. Now, the program composition of the MA in Applied Inter-American Studies. You have to do 90 credits for completion, and that means if you study full-time, you do 3 terms. There are mandatory courses for 50 to 55 credits, and included in these credits are 2 anchor courses, both of them 5 credits, and they are taught every other year. And then you have to do the MA essay. There are 2 restricted elective courses. It simply means that you can choose between theory and writing and language and culture, depending on your interests. There are elective courses for 25 to 30 credits. You can do them here in our program, or you can actually go abroad for 1 term or even for a whole winter as an exchange student. There are grants available for those who want to go and study abroad. The other program is slightly bigger, the MA in Inter-American Studies. It requires 120 credits for completion, and it means that it takes you 2 years if you study full-time to complete that program. So the mandatory courses are 70 to 75 credits, and included there are 2 anchor courses. One is specifically on North America. The other is on Central and South America. And these 2 courses are taught every other year, and then you have to do the MA essay, which is for 30 credits. The elective courses differ from 1 year to another, and in addition to the courses that are offered in the program, you can do courses as an exchange student abroad, as I already mentioned, and you can also do suitable courses within the University of Iceland. So it's flexible. Okay, so how do you get in? You need a bachelor's degree, a BA, a B.Ed, or a B.S. with a grade point average of at least 725. In other words, it's 72.5%. Now, all of our students must meet the language proficiency requirement that is set for graduate studies in the relevant languages, English, French, or Spanish, so that you can actually function in the language of your choice. The MA essay can also be written in the language that you choose. You can decide to focus on French, Spanish, or English. And the MA essay in Inter-American Studies may deal with a specific language, literature, cultural aspect, or film of one or more of the Americas. You can do a comparative. If you have more than one language, you can do comparative studies. But this is the 120 credit MA is grounded in theory. So you need to ground your MA essay in a theoretical framework. The MA essay for the Applied Inter-American Studies may be a practical assignment, including translations, information booklets, and so forth, or it may be an essay of applied linguistics, literary, cultural, or other theory. So we don't demand theoretical grounding in the MA essay for the Applied Inter-American Studies, but if people choose to do so, that's fine with us. Now, job opportunities. As with all university studies, it sort of depends on what you do with your degree. But Inter-American Studies give good preparation for teaching, tourism, business, cultural and international relations, creative and practical media projects, and whatever you think up. The MA in Applied Inter-American Studies may be assessed into the full MA program if you want to continue graduate school. So in fact, if you at some point decide that you want to come back and enter the PhD program, that's the way to get into it, because the MA in Inter-American Studies for 120 credits gives access to the relevant doctoral program in Spanish, French, and English. Now, you can turn to very different individuals and avenues to get further information. You can contact the School of Humanities website. You can join the online chat at hi.is. You can phone the office of the School of the Humanities. And of course, the best place to rummage around and look up things is the course catalog at kennsluskrá.his. But you can also get in touch with students of the English department on Facebook, or you can get in touch with Lingua, the association of all the different language programs. Café Lingua is a place where you can sit down with those who've been through the different programs and ask them all about what they were doing. Now, where do you apply? You apply at hi.is, and the deadline is April 15th. Thank you.